It's How We Made It, Season 2, Episode 2. An amazing video for you, the Golden State Warriors Championship Parade. We're going to watch it, break it down, tell you how we did it, or I suppose, how we made it. Run it.
It's already starting to sound like an anthem.
Yeah, I think so myself.
This is Dub Nation, right?
Hey, Midas.
Splitty, what up? I do this for all the people in the town.
I ignite it.
Hey, yo, Vince,
Let's get it. Give me my ring, me and my team. Living on the road, out living my dream. If you need a verse, got a hot 16. Always with a trick, give me my ring. Give me my ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring, ring. Give me my ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring, ring. Give me my ring, 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 ring.
Yo, you see all the love out here for all the fans?
Dub Nation mean the world to me, man. They watch me grow
The
up.
soprano get paid on a high note. My decisions always final.
Best fans in the world.
I just wanna see my rivals. Half court when I find them. Hit them with the switch. Long shot, hit them with the switch. Make them jump off the cross, hit them with the crisp. Homie got a six-pack, big, he a man. I can run up, throw a keg in his head. We ain't scared of the fans. Champions appear, all this cap disappear. Throw your hats in the air. Got another ring, see the fans gon' cheer. Popping bottles, we gon' see a splash everywhere. White hoodies, blue letter, champions gear. Big knots, this got a championship.
Bring me.
King in the building, hang from the Raptors and cling to the ceilings. Careful with the crowd and your drinks will spill up. Any fish in the sea, ask around, I'm a real and we ballin'. Look around, you with big shots. Don't mean to gas you up, don't need a pit stop.
Yeah, this is what Dub Nation right here. This is Dub Nation.
Pass the mic like baby. Give me my ring, me and my team. Living on the road, out living my dream. If you need a verse, got a hot 16. Always with a trick, give me my ring. Give me my ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring, ring. Give me my ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring.
The real question is what they gonna say now.
Me and my team, living on the road, out living my dream. If you need a verse, got a hot 16. Always win a trick, give me my ring. Give me my ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring, ring. Give me my ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring, ring.
That's a wrap.
And there you have it. The Warriors called this a movie in their caption. I think that was appropriate. Trish Kilgannon and Aaron Hester, producer, creative extraordinaire. Can I just first ask, like, how cool was this?
Oh, it was incredible. One of the coolest experiences ever.
I think one of the things that made it so cool was we got to the parade route so early and the fans were already there and we got to walk it while it was quiet and they would cheer when anyone walked by. So we felt like the Warriors, I think, a little bit. But then when they finally came down the road, it was electric.
I giving fans high fives like I was part of the team.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That's awesome, man. Well, we're going to talk about kind of how this all came together because it was an enormous team. It was a lot of footage to go through. Aaron, you did the edit at the end of the day. Trish, you were producing. And we're going to go back with Trish first because, Trish, this was your second Warriors project. They first brought us on when the finals are still going on. So, like, sum up for me what you did before we get to Parade Day.
A couple days before this, another creative, Brendan and I, we went to Boston for Game 6, not really knowing how the game was going to go. Could have gone either way. Luckily, the Warriors won, and we were there to put together the locker room celebration and the on-court celebration. So we took all the footage from them, stayed up all night, used a dope song for that one too, I would say.
We got the rights to Pursuit of Happiness
Shout
by
out
Kid
Kid
Cudi.
Cudi.
Yeah. Probably the most like well-known Let It Fly song to date that we've ever put in a video. I think so. So
Yeah, he retweeted it, which was pretty cool.
Did he really?
Yeah. Similar to this video, it's all good.
It's all good. This video just, it's really cool. It's a mix of a lot of things. It's a lot of different types of cameras we used and a good mix of different sound bites from players and fan reactions and an actual literal goat. There was a goat there. I'm actually so curious if you guys know how that happened. But first, how big was the crew? And rough estimate of our gear. Aaron and Trish, kind of paint that picture for us.
The crew was huge. I would say it's probably the biggest crew I've ever worked with. And I don't think we really expected it going in. We didn't know that it was going to be so big. In total, there's 30 cameras along the parade route. So every angle was covered. There were people on the buses. There were people on the ground. Everyone had a different assignment.
How many Let It Fly people, by the way? Because I know we mixed a few teams together. How many of our folks and then how many elsewhere?
There were 5 of us that came from Let It Fly. Then the Warrior Studios, their internal team, and some freelancers in addition to us that they brought on to help make sure everything was covered.
Aaron, so camera-wise, what was used in this. What footage are you going through? Our cameras and theirs to put this all together.
So our cameras, I was on a Blackmagic 6K on a Ronin. Billy was on an Ursa. Dak was on an Ursa. Andy had a 360 cam on like a 25-foot pole that he walked around with. Yeah, and then the rest of the crew, there was a mix of Sony, Reds, Canons, a lot of GoPros, a lot of time-lapse stuff on GoPros and 360s. So it was a lot.
I want to shout out real quick the 360 on a pole. The second ever How We Made It is talking with Andy about using that for the Chiefs Super Bowl watch party. And here he is 2 years later using it. We have that awesome amalgamation of footage and whatnot. Before we get into how you actually brought it all together and made it work, just parade day. Like, you show up and you're at the Warriors Championship parade. What was that like?
Oh, incredible. Even just walking into the Chase Center where we met, it was like 5 or 6 a.m., right?
Yeah.
So we walk in, their offices, incredible. Huge, lots of computers, lots of people. Did not realize it was gonna be that big of a crew until we got there.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Then we got on a bus, went to the front of the parade route, and fans were already there before we were, and we got to the parade around 6, I think.
Yeah.
So it was surreal. Like, those fans were dedicated. Shout out Dub Nation.
Trish, well, first of all, I love that, like, any team that we sign up to do work with and like are hoping that they succeed, like, we're the biggest Warriors fans for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Same with the Bengals, same with like whoever, Mizzou. Trish, as a producer, I believe you were still doing some shooting as well, correct? Like, tell me what it's like when you're at this amazing event, but you're still trying to get work done. How do you balance that?
I don't know. You just kind of do what you can with both things. I took pictures throughout the day. Some of the players, a lot of the players, and also of our crew, just kind of capturing the moment and making sure that everything went to plan. Luckily, the Warriors did have a really good plan in place. However, as you imagine, the plan kind of goes out the window once like bus number 2 starts going down the parade
It's like, oh
route.
God, things out of our control. What do we do?
So we just I just trusted everyone was going to get what we could. And I think we went above and beyond. There were so many cameras. It was hard to miss anything.
I am really impressed with how it all looks like it was just part of the same, like nothing you look at on this video feels like, oh, someone else shot that. You're just like, it's all very cohesive. So that's the positive. Take me through what it's like to have to go through all this footage and, you know, to mix different settings, different, all this stuff. How'd you do it?
Yeah, well, that's a big shout out to our team. All 5 of us were going through footage for quite some time. It was our responsibility to go through all the cameras. So we're going through all the raw footage, trying to find selects and whatnot. And that took, quite some time because there was so much good footage of all the shooters.
How quick did this come out, by the way? You guys finished the parade, and then how much time in between that and it being posted?
48 hours.
Good for you guys, man.
We finished it the following night because we were coming back. We had flights booked. We didn't have really an option. We had a deadline that we had to meet.
Yeah.
So when we started going through the footage, luckily the Warriors team set us up on their computers. We had access to the server where their media guy was dumping all the footage organized by a shooter. Aaron started with his footage because he was familiar with it. So he went through and kind of, with his selects, laid out a timeline of how we thought the video was going to go, while the other 4 of us started with the stuff we shot personally and then just picked a folder and started going through it. And that took a whole night and I think some of the next morning.
Yeah.
We didn't even have this song that we chose until the morning after the parade. We went through
Really?
2 songs before that.
That's crazy because it fits the song so well. In fact, shout out to what's his name?
Tone to Boss.
Tone to Boss.
Tone to Boss. You're the man.
Tone to Boss couldn't believe. The office loves Tone to Boss. I think Tone to Boss was like, yo, thanks for using my song on your parade video, Warriors.
Yeah, no, he killed it. It was perfect.
Tone to Boss's song comes in, ring, 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 ring. How attention to detailed were you in matching up what you saw versus what you heard?
Oh, it was huge. every line, it's like he wrote it for a parade, it seemed like. So yeah, that was a big shout out to our team going through selects that we already went through to find stuff that matched the song of what he was talking about. It seems like every line there's something that matches. My favorite is whenever Draymond on his bus is rapping. It's towards the end. It looks like he's rapping the song because like he's literally saying the same words.
Was that just dumb luck, or did you?
That
actually...
was just luck. That
Yeah.
was just luck. Yeah, it was awesome.
I love it. I love it. Elsewhere in this video, favorite shots. I want to know what you guys are most proud of from either what you captured or just the team itself, what you really enjoyed kind of looking back through.
Yeah. So my favorite shot that I got was the kid doing the night celebration. I thought that was really cool because that was not planned. I just kind of picked him out and he did that on his own.
Yeah.
And I turned around and Steph had saw him and pointed at him and did it himself. So that was a cool little moment. Favorite shot though would probably have to be of the GOAT.
How did the GOAT get there?
Oh.
Is there a
I don't
story?
really know.
The GOAT. So I was right in front of this when this happened. When the guy, I don't know where he came from, but he appeared in front of Steph Curry's bus with the GOAT. And around all the buses, but particularly Steph's bus, there is a wall of security guards.
Okay.
And so the GOAT shows up and Steph's in the front of the bus looking down. And the security guard's like, this guy has to get off the parade route. You're not supposed to be here. And then the guy said something. The security guard turns to Steph like, do you know this guy? And Steph goes, yeah, he's okay. And so Steph gave permission for the guy with the GOAT to stay right there.
Thank you, Steph Curry. The GOAT. This is not the same video without the GOAT. It's a great video. It's an amazing video.
The GOAT's
but-
in a Curry jersey.
Oh my God. I didn't even notice that. And there's Steph. This is just, you know what this is? Like, if I'm a Warriors fan, I feel like, and this is a credit to you guys, that I can watch this over and over and I can pick out new things. And there's just a ton of like pride kind of flowing from having been part of the ride. That's the goal, I figured, with one of these things. When you guys are putting this together, what is that overarching goal you have in mind? Either when you're capturing, because it could just be, hey, go get a bunch of stuff and go capture stuff. But is there a deeper sort of goal that you have for what this video should be?
Yeah, you just want to capture that feeling of being proud to be champions. Actually, one of my friends was in the parade and got to see him before it all started and just seeing how proud he was to be a Warriors fan and just like how special that day was for him. That was really cool and, wanted to encapsulate that energy and make sure that the video did it justice for the whole day. So yeah,
I think the energy, that's spot on.
shout
Especially,
out Rafi, my boy Rafi. That's my guy.
there he is,
Yeah.
man. He gets on how we made it. Trish, how about you?
I think the other thing is to show things you don't necessarily see. If you're watching the parade, you see all the players and their buses and all the like dignitaries go by you, but you're not seeing the whole mile plus route and all of the little moments. And so I think something that this video does is take you into little moments, even though it's part of a bigger day, whether it's the GOAT or some of those legends that you see interacting with the players or the players interacting with the fans. They were thrilled to be there. They got off the buses so many times, and I think that also really made the video.
Yeah, I agree. And especially, I love the amount of shots of kids you guys got and utilized. This is such it's like a Disney moment where it's just like your whole life right before your eyes. But did that factor in? You wanted to use more shots of kids?
Yeah, I mean, when I was shooting and I got that shot of the night, I thought, well, that was really cool. Like, that's his idol right in front of him.
Yeah.
And it's cool that Steph noticed that. And I don't know, the moment stuck with me, so I put a lot of kids in it. And then a lot of it just worked out with the song, too. It matched with what they were saying, so yeah.
The other thing that helped was this was on the day that Juneteenth was celebrated, so most businesses in
right.
San Francisco were closed.
I say the turnout was amazing.
Oh, incredible.
And they've won a few of these things, obviously, but they
This-
still turned out.
Was also the first one in San Francisco since they moved across the bay. So I think that probably helped a little bit too.
Final thoughts, wrapping up. If you were to do this again, would you do anything different? How do you feel about it now that we're a month removed and some time's passed?
Yeah, I would just be prepared for all the footage we were going to get. In my head, I was like, oh, we'll have, our shooters and we'll have 4, 5, 6 more would be like, you know, a normal football game or something that I'm used to.
Yeah.
Definitely came in overconfident and saw all the raw footage. Was like, oh, this is going to take a lot longer than I realized.
Yep.
But, you know, our team killed it. Everyone went through footage. Everyone had a part in the video. So it was awesome.
Trish, any advice, anything that another creative who might have to do this someday needs to pick up on?
I love watching the videos still, which doesn't always happen after you spend 2 straight days editing and looking at the same footage and listening to the same song. Like, song still slaps. But I think the thing to know going in is maybe make sure you know what the players look like without their numbers on, because it's important to make sure they're all in there. But
and not just the big names, like
everybody, like top down. And without their jerseys, you don't necessarily know which one's which. As coming from Kansas City going to San Francisco, we weren't, you know, diehard 15th man on the bench.
But we are. We are now.
We are.
Oh,
I can tell you every player.
Everybody. Everyone.
But to know that.
Juan Toscano Anderson.
Yeah.
My guy.
Make sure that they all get in there and they all get their moment, I think is really important too.
Advice.
I like that.
Bring a disposable camera.
Ooh.
So I brought a disposable, and I was assigned to Steph Curry's bus. So I'm fighting with the crowd. Obviously, he has a huge crowd around his bus. And every once in a while, I'd pull out the disposable, and he noticed it and looked a little different than everyone else's get up. So he kind of, I don't know, we had a rapport going, and I started talking to a security guard. So like, they were a lot more lenient with what I was doing as compared to what everyone else was doing. So I don't know if the disposable helped when I was taking pictures. He kept saying, pull it out and take pictures of them. So
you're a pretty face too, Aaron.
Yeah.
Come on, let's not beat around the bush.
I don't know about that.
Come on,
about that.
People want to help you out.
I think it was the little camera. We'll see.
I do think there's something to, and Billy would say the same thing if we're talking about the Chiefs parade. And obviously Billy's got relationships with the Chiefs, but like the more you're able to present that, you know, you're someone who it's in the best interest of getting the stuff that makes their day better. I don't know. I just feel like attitude matters when you're around celebrities like that. Any other examples of that on this trip, or is that pretty much the one that stands out?
I don't know if anything else stands out. I think the other thing that helped for our team was once there were big crowds around the players, Andy did have the camera on a pole, so he could get into get you into that moment in a way that any other camera couldn't get you there.
Yeah.
So I think that is another thing that stands out.
All right, y'all. That has been How We Made It, Season 2, Episode 2. Trish, Aaron, thank you very much. We'll see you next time, and maybe another championship parade. I don't know. Call us.